You know, I know
Okay.
we talked about.
All right, sure. One of the coolest things that we that you can do, and this is something I've really not seen anybody else do this one. We're talking about Google Plus earlier. You can, within the press release, put your Google Plus author code or your Google authorship code, which is just a link you can get from your Google Plus page. Put that in the press release, and then on your Google Plus account, claim that particular press release as one you're an author of, and your Google author profile is going to show up next to that in the Google search results. So if you do this, and let's say like last week when we did ours, we got on Wall Street Journal. If we had done that on that one, and like I say, I put my author code in there, when somebody searched, or when it popped up in the Google search results, it would have my photo next to a Wall Street Journal post in Google search results.
Yeah, and that right there is huge. You know, that's almost should have been a hack in itself. Yeah. Because that's to have your picture, not just them talk about you in the headline, but if somebody finds a Wall Street Journal story and your picture is actually showing up right there in the search engines with it. That's huge.
Right.
Then that builds
like you're an author for the Wall Street Journal. And
yeah. And again, you know, we talk about letting your audience paint the picture. You know, you don't have to be deceptive. You don't have to, you know, even imply anything. You let them paint the picture. And you're just taking advantage of the technologies, these things that most people have no idea are available or something that they can do. And that's not just that's with just about any kind of press releases or articles or anything that they put out there. You know, there's they can do guest stuff on on other blogs or anything like that. Make sure that they're Google author. You know, you can just Google the word Google authorship and see more about that for sure. And I hear it.
I hear something.
Here it comes.
It's finally time for authority hacks. It may be Brian's or it may be Jack's. You'll appear to be famous, then you will claim us to be the kings of authority hacks. It's time for authority hacks. It's time for authority hacks.
All right. It's time for the authority hack.
I love that song.
I know.
I've listened to it a few times. I played up my phone for my son Jackson, and he goes, I'm going to get a video of that sometime. That'll be some bonus material we'll give you, is watching my son rock out to the Authority Hack song.
I think that's a potentially award-winning song.
I think it might be.
Well, all right. So today's authority hack is something that really is a lot of people may think is incidental or low value, but it's actually one of the easiest, quickest things you can do to add value and perception, because it really is about people are fast. This is a microwave society, right? And people make judgments, those first impressions when they see things. And this is a way to associate yourself. You know, we're talking about association. You can be guilty by association. Right, you're hanging out with the wrong people. I always said that's what I always heard when I was a kid.
I did too.
You know, I don't want you hanging out with that Mize kid. You know,
my mom's thing was white gloves won't make mud clean.
Exactly. So there's guilt by association, but there's also authority by association.
Absolutely.
All right, and so let's talk about the authority hack of authority by association with Powered By.
Yeah, the Powered By hack. This is pretty simple. All this is you would sit down, make a list of the big, powerful brands that you use to help in your business. Most likely you've bought a name on GoDaddy. Maybe you're using hosting for them also. You have a Apple phone that you use. You have a Dell computer. You've used Authorize.net to take payments, or maybe PayPal. And just put all these things together in a list, and then go out and grab the logos for each one. And usually on the bottom of your site, just put this business is powered by, and put a section like along the footer of the bottom of your website, and have all those logos. And what that does, people process images about 400, 500 times faster than they process written words. So by putting these images on there, someone's just going to glance down, they're going to see those and bounce up within no time at all. Maybe they'll spend a fraction of a second there. But in their subconscious, they're going to pick up on all those things that you're associated with, and they're going to say, "Wow, this business is really up and going. They've got a good back end. They're using all these other strong companies, and they're a safe company." And that's what's going to process in somebody's mind almost instantly without them even knowing about it.
It is. It's the same thing as as seen on TV, right?
Right.
As seen on TV. What is that? And when you put on there, powered by YouTube, if you do YouTube videos, right?
Yeah.
What are some examples? You talk about Dell, PayPal.
YouTube's a good one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people, especially if you're in associations. I know attorneys use this a lot. Proud member of,
Right.
whatever. But, why not as featured in? Think about sites like Yelp, right? And those sites that people look at as trusted, authorities for especially local businesses. Mm-hmm. You can have as seen in Yelp and things like that can be just as powerful,
right?
And because you're featured in Yelp. Yelp has a listing for you. You're featured in Yelp.
Yeah, and if you have a high star rating, I'd mention that also.
That's
yeah, 5-star rating.
I think you were talking. You're telling me about the business that had as featured on Google or Yahoo?
There was a sales page a while back, and on their sales page at the top was, if you get seen in Google, and Yahoo, and Bing. That's brilliant,
isn't it? As seen in Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Is that amazing? That's as seen on planet Earth. That's what I think. Hey,
Earth.
Wait a minute. On Google Earth. I think there's a picture of me out there.
Yeah. Well, actually, Infinity drove me here today, so our business is powered by Infinity.
Yeah, that's that is it, and it really is. That's the power of association, and so don't take that lightly. And it's very easy to do. But here's the biggest thing that you can do wrong with this. As easy as it is, what do you see people doing wrong? They get these logos and they get these images, and they're all stretched out in there. They try to make the colors match, right? Their sites.
That was awful. We saw one this week that was just somebody changed. What was the color of the which color did he change? It was not supposed to be. It was AV. Was it ABC?
ABC. I think it was. Yeah, they changed the color of the ABC logo. I think it'd look better if it matched my site. No.
Yeah. No. But what you can do, you can see that what we've done on the top of AuthorityAlchemy.com, because we wanted to keep a nice clean look, we made them all black and white.
Yeah.
And you can do that. You can just put it into your graphics editor program and just hit grayscale, and it'll make them all black and white, and they'll look nice and clean that way if that's what you want. But they're still not as recognizable when you do that, so they don't jump out as much. So it is cool to have all the colors, but if you want it more clean looking, you can do that. Don't change the colors to
yeah, and the thing is, and this isn't something that you want to be the big feature on your page. Put it subtly, but to make sure that they can see it.
Yeah, that's why I like putting it at the bottom or on the very bottom, like on the foot of your site, or on a sidebar toward the bottom at the very bottom.
Right.
Yeah. So nothing want to push out to everybody, and this is something you could probably easily go and get somebody off of like Odesk or somewhere like that to do it for you pretty inexpensive.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to hire a big graphic designer or anything like that.
Just get it for probably $10 or something.
Yeah,
like that for you.
That's one of the things that we actually do for our clients is we provide them with all that to make sure it's not all skewed and out to do that. And that's one of the things, especially with the CNN and the Wall Street Journal and things like that, is if you're going to go that distance, you need to make it look appropriate, apply that authority the right way and not kind of take it down when it's on there. So, kind of what we do, a lot of people ask about, this authority wheel that we apply, because there's a lot of kind of reason to our madness the way that we apply this stuff. It's not just about, put out an article about someone. It's really about weaving a story together to position them as an authority. So, today when we talked about SEOing your name, that kind of falls in this wheel. One of the things that we do with our clients is we find out, who their customer is, how their customer thinks, what kind of marketing they're doing, the SEO and the pay-per-click they're doing, and that kind of falls into this what you do marketing. You're marketing those keywords, back pain and foot and divorce attorney. But then there's the who you are marketing, which is what we talked about today, is the SEO. The whole SEOing your name is making sure that when they're ready and they're trying to decide not to decide if they're going to get a divorce, like you said, they're deciding that, okay, I'm ready to get a divorce. Now I need to pick someone.
Right.
You need to be that person you pick. And so if you're someone right now and you're spending money on SEO, you're spending money on pay-per-click, I'd go out on a limb right now and be willing to bet that you're not getting the results that you thought you were going to get. you're probably not getting the results that you were sold. You're on the front page of Google, but it didn't necessarily connect the dots to the calls. You're probably thinking, well, I was really expecting to get more response from being on the front page of Google. Well, what are they finding? Personal injury attorneys, just about most of these, CPAs, they're in Me Too business. It's a Me Too business.
Absolutely.
What is it? What is the difference fundamentally between what you offer, what you charge, and you never want to compete on price? What is the difference fundamentally to make someone say, I want to pick you? And if you're getting traffic, and so many people come to me, how many people come to you and say, I need more traffic?
Oh, yeah.
I need more traffic.
Everybody thinks that.
And yeah, when you look at it, you realize, no, you don't need more traffic. You're getting plenty of traffic. You need the people that are finding you to pick you.
Right.
They're finding you. Instead of doubling traffic, what if we just increase by just a few percentage points how many people actually contact you because they see that you're up to something online? Right. And that's exactly what the ability by doing SEO on your name can accomplish, is work in that particular part of the authority wheel of marketing who you are, so that at least you're on the list of, this is someone that I need to choose. And then, of course, we go into the turning those customers and prospects into fans. So think about that. Look yourself up on Google and see what's out there, because it is one of the quickest and easiest things that you can control. If you're ready to claim your authority, go to authorityalchemy.com, hit the link or the big old picture of Brian and Jack there, and claim your authority. And we can talk to you about claiming your authority and positioning yourself as that authority in your industry within the next 48 hours. Brian, what have you got to close today with?
Yes, just reinforcing what you just said of the importance of controlling that name, because they are so far along in the buying process. They're ready to go. They're going to pick you or one or two other people, and small little tweaks like this can mean a huge difference. You could be, if you're the worst of the three people right now, you're losing almost probably 100% of that business. You could double, triple what you're getting right now just by making a small adjustment like that. And I can guarantee people are more intelligent searchers now. They don't just, like Jack said earlier, don't just type in Houston divorce attorney and pick the first guy. They're going to go through, pick a couple, narrow it down, and then when they get to the name point, that's when they already know that they want to possibly use you. So just don't mess up.
Yeah, that's it. And it's I would say it ain't rocket surgery, right? Guys, if you like this episode of Authority Alchemy, do us a favor. Go to iTunes and leave us a review. Hit the rating stars. If you're not a iPerson, Android or whatever, we are on Stitcher now. You can go and click the link there to get that Stitcher app so you can get us. And you can also rate us on there. Please leave us a comment. Go to authorityalchemy.com. Right underneath the post where you can listen to this online. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think of the show. Give us feedback. And show us how you've applied the stuff that we have put out there. We love to hear your feedback, and we love to see when people take control and claim their authority.
Or even ask some questions there, too, if you have questions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're active on there, and we'll answer your questions there or address it in a future episode.
Yep, that's it. All right, folks. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Authority Alchemy. We look forward to seeing you next week with another cool episode and the Authority Hack. So don't miss it. Every Tuesday, authorityalchemy.com.
Authority Alchemy.
The show for positioning yourself as the #1 authority in your industry.
Quickly turn your prospects into clients and clients into raving fans.
Authority Alchemy.